Greetings and gratitude to all life forms and life workers who have found this. Happy birthday, January 20th. I am the Third-Eyed Lion. Welcome. This video is dedicated and focused on those who are born on January 20th, those who like this archetype, those who would like to learn more about all the archetypes, and those who have an intimate connection or would like to learn more about this one in particular. Thank you. Okay, January 20th. When you were in school or earlier on in your life, you ever have a presentation or something you were supposed to share in front of a group of people? You go up in front of the whole class, everyone's looking at you, or whatever, if it's not a class, the whole assemblage of people are here. They're paying attention to every word you say. You were prepared something, but you still go up. And you say what you're going to say, but then you lose it. Then that train of thought is gone. You didn't board, it's left the station and it's miles away by now. And so what do? You are the ad-libber. You are the archetype of the improv, of the stand-up, of the person who's able to be like, oh, okay, everything is not the way I want it to be. I'm going to make it something completely else from what I got right here. It's ab-libbing. Being able to be like, this is my materials, this is my restrictions. This is the possible outcomes that can come from those restrictions and how I can best use it and bring forth the energies of both is a great energy for you to think about. Is when a situation comes, how are you going to able to be the one to do the things that got to be done? And how are you able to do that for yourself? Well, let's answer some of those questions, at least the best I can here. So your affirmation or power thought is I am good enough. Another way to phrase that is my adequacy is unquestioned. But you can use any other phrasing as you would like. On the dark side, or a negative aspect, you can either leave these or take these. Just know that these are perceptions, and like all perceptions, they have both positive and negative connotation. Some people may say that you're insincere and insecure. You're not completely honest, and you're not completely confident. That you can be suspicious, you do weird things people don't understand and they don't like it, that you're dreamy, you're off in another world that they can't perceive. But then on a more positive side, you're intuitive. You can focus in on what you're doing to make it happen externally, but also bring it internally at the same time. But because of that, you can be agreeable. You're not going to cause direct issues, at least you think, but others think because you're so insecure, you're not willing enough to cause the issue. So it's just a perceptual thing. Your sun sign, if you didn't already know, is Capricorn, cusp Aquarius. So it's both Capricorn and Aquarius energies. Because of being a cusp birthday, it is really important for you to understand that any archetypes, any pre-existing things you were born into are not in complete mastery of you. This is true for all birthdays, but for those born on cusps, it's even more important. I will remind that throughout the series, that you have both energies and it is up to you to decide which one or neither. Because of the cusp's ability of high free will, because of this time of being born between different portals and different windows, you are able to have a more autonomous reality than other signs. Your ruler is the moon. You can naturally know things before you're supposed to know them. You can have cognitions of things that you haven't even cognized. And you have these perceptions and ideas that have no source, have no root, and have no way to understand, but it's intuition. It is this highest level of intuition, but it is how you perceive it within you, that how it manifests outside of you. Your favorable numbers are 2 and 3. Your lucky days are Saturday and Monday, especially that fall on the 2nd and 3rd of the month. Your color is sky blue, silver white, and light mahogany. Beautiful wood color. Your birthstone is amethyst. So as you are able to continue to grow in your life, you will see that your destiny is to build a self-worth highway, to build a way that you can be so self-empowered and spontaneous within you that you can lead this confident way for other people to go, this passageway of harmony and of momentum, this way to show everyone a way forward. Long after you are gone, you will pave this road that leads to what you want. You ever go to a park or a school or some public place and there is a clear walkway paved, but then there's another walkway unpaved that everybody takes. It is called a convenience path. And no matter what, in if there could be a route of least resistance, the human will take it, but it takes a courageous person to walk off the sidewalk, to walk into that energy, to start making that new path. And that is your great destiny. You have this flexibility and charm. When things go the way they should, you feel this self-worth and an evaluation of self, this intoxication sometimes. Look at that and respect others and be aware of your limitations, your outcomes, your reactions to things. Because as you are able to remark in a simple way of life, people ask, how do you approach life? How do you live your life? And you can just answer with one simple thing. I get an idea of somebody who is asked their name and a bird flies out of their mouth. And it's a really strong vision. But what does that actually mean? Well, it depends on what it means to you. What it means to me is all this archetype has to say is what they have to say in the way they have to say it. And it could be crazy, unique, profound, amazing, or just completely irrelevant. But it is their truth and their way of being. January 2nd can also really have a surprising power of concentration and commitment to those things that they are energetically attached to. But sometimes they're very over the top. But the ladder of success is going to help you get there, because in your career, you really have a good career for being in public, for being involved in other people's energies, being a teacher, a counselor, an advisor, an entrepreneur, somebody who's able to feel the creative force of the universe and be monetized for it over time so that you can build and grow as your energy changes. This also could be music, science fiction, writing. I get a strong idea of newspaper, online media, of some kind, or could be really appealing. And never forget that the love you have is fun and spontaneous. It doesn't have to be the same every time. Sometimes you can plan a date and everything goes wrong, but because you still had the date and you did other things, it was much better than what would have happened if everything went according to plan. This is something that your archetype naturally is able to do. And the need to just learn that there is a relaxed way to go with the flow. Whatever is going to happen, but communicate what you want to happen and what they want to happen and what could never happen, and be okay to that fifth thing happening. That's all within your perception of how you're going to deal with this other person and their perception of how they're going to coexist with you. Coexist. What's a more positive term for you? Again, all of these phrases and words I use are honestly obligatory. If I could be speaking in symbolic code, I would be. But this English language is the best I can do at this time. And I wish you a happy birthday. I'm going to move on to your card. Relax your energy to reclaim it, because it's here within you. It is always around you, but when it's relaxed, when it's calm, when it is perceptually aware, it becomes multifold. It becomes more powerful, more dexterous, more intense than you could ever perceive, because you have gained that energy back. We all release energy into the world all the time. Endless energy is being constantly shared. But once we can bring it back and we say, this is mine, I want it, I would like to have it now, it comes back. And you see that you're much more powerful than you were in the past. You becoming this creator in the present, and that thing you created will outlive your perception of what even the future could even be. Because you are this winged mind, this ever-changing frequency. But as this frequency is spread out, it can also be reclaimed inward through a level of cognition, allowance, and dedication. So I recommend you love yourself a little more and you see how you can bring back those energies to you. A good way is meditation or just affirmation. Affirmation, I reclaim the energies that are mine. And I release all that are not. I hope you have a beautiful and powerful day.